Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video and another one of these update videos as I do every like 2-3 months or so. Um, so uh, so yeah, I just wanted to just give update about how the channel went over the winter months. Now that we're in spring now, and also what my plans for this YouTube channel are going to be over the next 3 months over spring, obviously in of course with September, October, and November, and plus also a bit of a snippet into what my summer plans are going to look like for of course for this summer. So yeah, so let's get straight into it. So winter. It was a bit of an. It was another good couple 2-3 months. Really, the views it really started getting up there. I'm now. I feel like now, in terms of the subscribers, I'm last time I checked, I'm almost closer to getting 50 subscribers on YouTube, which is going to be massive for me, considering that I think, because I think at the start of the year I was on like 20 odd subscribers at the start of the year. Now I'm heading towards 50. And it will be a massive achievement for me if I basically get that by the end of this year, which was let's just say that milestone was completely off my radar at the start of the year, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, and also a lot of things that were successful. Obviously, of course, obviously, of course, the World Test. I think that was in June, I believe. Also, yeah, the World Test. I think the World Test Championship. Final prediction. I think I did that. I think I did that at the start of June, I believe. I think it was at the start of June. Yeah, it was at the start of June. The Ashes, I didn't get it. I just, for some reason, because my own personal reasons, with work and just just wanting to enjoy the Ashes, I didn't get to do much content of it, to be honest. Or didn't get. Let me rephrase that. Didn't get it. That's not the right word. Didn't necessarily. And want is not the right word either. I don't know. It's around the middle of not wanting to yet, not a chance to, pretty much really just relaxing and just from work and all that, and then obviously with work commitments, and then obviously late nights watching the Ashes and that. So yeah, and then the AFL content really started to slow down. It started to slow down really, which that will change now that we're in the finals now. So yeah, so that was. Yes, even though in terms of analytics, it was another good period for me. In terms of content, I didn't get to do the things I wanted to do, to be honest, and also wanted to do, to be honest. So yeah, but what else can you do in terms of that? So yeah, so now let's get into the spring, into the channel plans I've got for September, October, and November. So of course I'm gonna go full blown with the AFL content starting, because as I'm recording this video, it is a Tuesday night, but tomorrow I'm going to be doing a preview / my own predictions of previewing the AFL final series at the same time doing my own predictions for what results are going to be for the first week of the finals. So yeah, and then and then obviously the BD Footy wrap up that's going to come back for the final four episodes, you like to call it, for the year. I've been a little bit slow. I'm a little bit slow off the mark in terms of the season reviews from the teams outside the top 8. I've already done Essendon. I've been wanting for the last few days to do West Coast and North Melbourne and that, but I've just been in relax mode all throughout the weekend where there's been no AFL football. So just to refresh myself for the final series. So unfortunately, probably sometime over the weekend, this weekend. I know it's a bit outdated, but I'll have to do the other teams like North, like West Coast, North, Hawthorn, Gold Coast, Freo, etc. As well. So yeah. And the trade talk is going to come back. I only did the solitary episode of it last year. I swear I'm going to be doing a lot more of them, to be honest. So throughout the final series, it's just going to be one episode a week. And then after the grand final, I'm looking into doing 2 episodes a week. One on the Sunday. So one on the Sunday and one on the Wednesday, which is gonna be, that's what my plan is. And then that's what the plan is, and then I'm going to, and then obviously. And then of course do a special episode for after trade deadline day, and then after deadline day would be reviewing doing. I still don't know what the trade period review is going to be if I do all 18. I don't think it's a good idea to do all 18 teams in one big episode because I don't want it because you guys know I'm a big talker, so pretty much it would either or do all 18 clubs. It will go for 2 hours, which I don't think you guys would want to watch that. So I'm thinking about maybe splitting it into 4 parts. Maybe earlier in the day. Maybe do it because I don't know when would deadline day be. I don't know. Maybe on one day I'll have one trade peer review out late in the afternoon, and then one during the evening on one day, and then the same 2 on the other day, or I just do it in 3, or just do 3 in 3 parts. I don't know. But yeah, so I still haven't worked that out yet, but we'll get to it when it happens. So as I said, hopefully there'll be more than just one trade talk episode, which is probably not going to be different last year. Cricket content. Cricket content. So of course you guys all know the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup is going to be coming around next month. Squad announcements have already been flown in. Obviously, Australia got theirs announced a few weeks ago. Just today, India and South Africa have announced their squads for the Cricket World Cup. But there might be some changes to it. Because apparently the ICC, the International Cricket Council, have a deadline for these Cricket World Cup squads of, I think this one was September 27, I believe, which is about a week before the tournament begins. is when they finalise these squads. So even though if you see India and South Africa squads, they are not completely final as of yet. So just to keep an eye out for that. And also, I'm looking into doing content for all all throughout the summer of cricket. So of course, last year I did a snippet of it with the match reviews for the Big Bash. I'm looking into this summer doing just the men, because that would be a bit too much for me to do, with the women's cricket and all that. But hopefully for next summer I'll do all matches, men and women. So don't worry about that. But I'm just solely focused on the men's, the Test, One Days, T20s, and of course the Big Bash. Just solely focused on them. Focus on them for this summer, and then obviously branch out into women's cricket for next summer as well. And NRL content, I will be branching out into of course also the NRL final series is going to be starting off as well this weekend. I'll be previewing that grand final there, and also reviewing that. Maybe I'm thinking of possibility of adding that review into a BD footy wrap-up episode where I would review the AFL and the NRL grand final. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that, because I want to next year in 2024 do episodes where all episodes of the BD footy wrap-up where I talk half and half AFL and then NRL as well. I don't want it, or either that or do two separate ones. Maybe do a BD footy wrap up and then a rugby, an NRL sort of wrap up sort of thing. I don't know, that is those are what I've been thinking of there. Plenty of motorsport content coming up, but obviously, of course, if you guys are supercars fans, we're in enduro mode. We're going to be in enduro mode very soon because in a couple of weeks' time, in a fortnight's time, we're going to be at the wonderful track at Sandown for the return again of the Sandown 500. I'll say again because it's had plenty of comebacks over its time, which is the precursor to the big one, the Bathurst 1000, which I'll be doing a hell of a lot of content of. There, obviously, as a part of the big couple of weeks, of course, of the AFL NRL Grand Final. The AFL NRL Grand Final, then the Bathurst 1000, and then after that, I think the week after that, I think would be the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix at Phillip Island, I think, or because I know, and this leads someone brilliantly, that the Australian World Supercross round at Marvel Stadium would be, I think it's also at the end of October, which I bloody hope that the Lawrence brothers will be there. Hopeful. Please, Hunter, Jet, please come to Marvel Stadium for World Supercross. I know it's for one. I know it's for a wild card. I know it's for one round only. Surely, the two most successful riders in America. Surely, they turn up. at Marvel Stadium, hopefully. And speaking of those two, they're going to take part in the inaugural Super Motocross World Championship over in America, which is a new championship which combines, Supercross and motocross. I will be doing videos about what this is, as well. As my laptop here charge is low, I'm gonna charge that. Thank you. So I will be doing content around that, and also before that as well, I'll be reviewing. I think I should be reviewing both what's happened at the tail of the 2023 season so far in terms of Supercross and motocross for both 250 and 450s as well, because I didn't really get to do a season review of the Supercross season because I was basically still recovering from a broken finger. So pretty much that as well. Then into the gaming side of things. So of course the FIFA 23 Women's World Cup, that's going to be continuing, even though it's probably going to be a little bit outdated now. I was trying to aim it to be alongside the real life Women's World Cup, but that's long gone now. So I'm determined to I am very determined to get that done as quick as humanly possible. But it's going to be hard considering all the other series I've got on my disposal. So alongside the real life ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in India, I will be doing doing my own. You call it a prediction, you could call it whatever you like. But my own World Cup tournament in Cricket 22. In this case, here it is. So pretty much. So it's going to be the exact same squads that is in real life, but the difference is I'm aiming to learn my lessons from the FIFA 23 Women's World Cup, and have my first match that came out on the day, or recorded and uploaded on the day of the first World Cup game in real life. I'm aiming to do it to just pre-record them and upload it on the certain day as well. Which I'll get into. I'll get into the full in-depth stuff in a bit. The Marsh One Day Cup and the Sheffield Shield I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be digging real deep into the internet to find out the state squads for this year. If I have to change anything compared to what it is in Cricket 22, because it is based off of the 2021-22 season. So I have to change it around a bit. And then also, when the Women's World Cup is done, I'm going to be moving on to a new series, which is basically me going to be replicating the Bundesliga season, because you guys know I'm a massive Bundesliga fan. Yes, I do watch the Premier League every now and again, but I am more of a massive fan of the Bundesliga. Love that league in Germany. The way that teams play in there, the way and all. It's just, I think for me it's the best league. It's one of the best leagues, really, in my opinion. It's a bit bit of this between the Bundesliga and the Premier League for the best league for me, but yeah, so I'm going to be doing that and the Bundesliga 2, the second division as well. I'll be doing a sort of a season on that. I was going to do the third division, but then I was like, seriously, like, probably my viewers are going to be going to know who the heck are these teams. Yes, that's why I decided not to do that and just focus on the first division and second division in Germany as well, which those will be, which the in-depth for those will be in a sec. So pretty much, so this is what's going to happen. These are all the full explanatory for these new series. So for the Cricket 22 World Cup, so I've already downloaded all the custom-made Indian stadiums that have been made in the Cricket Academy. That they were already downloaded with the Indian team when I downloaded them for the World Test Championship final prediction, which I did in June. Which by the way, go check it out. By the way, check those out. By the way, really did enjoy them. By the way, so yeah, so all those matches are going to be all these matches are going to be filmed. From round robin matches to the semi-finals and of course the final. They're all going to be filmed. They're all going to be filmed. The matches, however, they're going to be in 4 parts because I am going to be recording them via my PlayStation here, and uploaded on YouTube via my PlayStation as well. So, unfortunately, I think I've already told you guys, but just to rehash it again, the max recording goes up to an hour. So, and I tested it, and I learnt that the hard way in the World Test Championship final prediction. I just learnt that the hard way, really. So I decided to basically. So I was always going to do the one-day international games in 4 parts. So quite simply, from the first innings, overs 1 to 25, that'll be part 1. Innings number 1, overs 26 to 50, that's part 2. Second innings, overs 1 to 25, and the second innings, 26 to 50, unless someone gets bowled out within 25 overs, then it might be possibly potentially maybe a 2-part. So who knows really, but yeah. And as I said a moment ago, I'm looking into pre-recording some of them, and then uploading them much later. To be honest, because reason being, and I'm looking to premiere them this time because you guys, if haven't had realised that, I over the course of winter, in the last few weeks of winter, I had actually have changed. If I let this out, I've changed my laptop. So if I can actually do this right. So this is my old one. And this one is the new one. And this one's the new one, as you can see. Very different. Very different, these two. So yeah, this one is a much better. I'm just trying to get used to it. Trying to get used to this because I've been used to this for about 8 to 9 years, and it's had its wear and tear. It was about time for me to get this one yeah, for me as well. But the main problem was, for some unknown reason, there was because of it being 9 years old. There was problems with it, in terms of my YouTube studio. I couldn't. My old plan was to basically make it public, so I can basically do uploads and just pray to Lord that nobody watches it. Upload the thumbnail of the video, then I schedule it. Then schedule it. That's what I was doing. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Fortunate enough, now I'm not going to do that. Now I can actually do thumbnails and upload them without actually doing that plan. And I can also premiere videos now. So I am going to premiere videos, premiere those Cricket 22 World Cup 2023 videos, instead of just basically just as uploads pretty much, as well. So move on to the March One Day Cup. It's going to be very different with terms of that. So the March One Day Cup is going to be one match from each team, which will be filmed. It will be filmed. It won't be just be 3 separate matches on 3 separate days. It'll be actual, periods of time. It will be pretty tough because of pretty much being alongside the Cricket World Cup, but I will try and find time for it eventually. I'll try and find time for that eventually. So yeah. But all the other matches, by the way, all the matches will be having updates via my Instagram page. Go follow Brodos11YT for updates about that. So yeah. Just that for that as well. And then it's going to be the same for the Sheffield Shield, which is basically all the matches, all the regular season matches are going to be on, going to be having updates via my Instagram page. And then the only game that's going to be recorded is the final. That's the only one that's going to happen on. So yeah, and also a couple of other interesting things here as well. In the early rounds, I would presume maybe the first, I don't know how many rounds. First, I'm thinking maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds. I'm going to add the Australian Test players in there, like Smith, Head, Labuschagne, Kawaja, Stark, Lyon. I'm gonna get all these guys into this state side, into this state side, and also, by the way, to make things interesting as well, because for the Australian summer, the squads because I'm going to have all the matches on Cricket 22, and this is going to be the last summer I am going to be using at least full time on Cricket 22, because by hopefully by Christmas I get the new Cricket 24 game, which is going to be coming out soon, I think in the next month, even though it hasn't had a trailer come out, which is strange. So yeah, and the interesting part would be, so basically I would choose the squad. I would choose the squad. I would choose the squad that plays in a test series, the Australian squad that play in a test series, and I will choose the starting 11 in a particular test match. That's what I do. And then basically you guys can basically just criticize all you want. Oh, not this one, not that one. It's not realistic, but anyways, you can't help that sort of thing. So yeah, but also and if there's what I will be considering also is Shield players who are in form. So, for example, if I don't know, Cameron Bancroft had a runabout of a couple of 50s and then a couple of, and then score of 150 odd or something like that, I would consider him in the squad. So even though it would be controversial to a lot of other fans, including me, because as you guys know, I think he's had too many opportunities for the Australian team. That for another discussion at a later date. But yeah, so that's to also make things rather interesting. So moving on to the Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 series I'm planning. So in terms of the Bundesliga, all the matches are going to be recorded, are going to be filmed match by match instead of one round. Wait for that. But there is going to be goal highlights from all the match highlights from all these matches. All these matches at the end of the weekend. So weekend's worth of matches. So yeah. So yeah, that's what my plan is going to be as well. I'm thinking about for the first half of the FIFA Bundesliga season, I'm gonna just gonna do weekend matches, then midweek matches, and just continuously, so on and so forth. Because I'm already far behind in terms of the real life stuff. So yeah. So there will be full match gameplay in terms of the top division, German top division, and then also there will be match highlights or round highlights combined of the week's action for all matches. And the same would be from Bundesliga 2, but those matches are not going to be recorded. They are going to be recorded, but they're not going to be, just like the Bundesliga with one match be recorded and another match. It's just basically going to be highlights from all those, from all matches pretty much. So yeah. So you might think to yourself, oh, it's still a bit confusing. Once I do get that series up and those two series up and running, then you'll know what I mean by what I've just said. So yeah. So those are it for now. But I am gonna end this video on a bit on some news I've teased. I did say at the start of the video that there would be reveal a sort of summer content planned for the summer. One of which is going to be an exciting new series which will be coming in February next year. Yes, we're not even at the end of not even in mid-September yet. You're already so yeah. So pretty much February next year will be this exciting new series. It's going to feature this game. I'm being totally tight-lipped about it. I'm not going to say a thing about it. This series won't be fully unveiled until the new year. That will be when it'll unveil. It'll have its separate video. It'll be unveiling about what will this series would happen. But until then, over the course, so we're in September. So over the course of the next 3-4 months, I'm going to be on my Instagram at Brados11YT. I will be revealing little tiny details, tiniest of details as I possibly can. So it just leaves you guys guessing, and not just say, oh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. Yeah. But the only thing I could say is it has something to do with this game. There you go. That's all I could say. As I said, I'm fully tight-lipped about it. Very tight-lipped about it. At least for the next 3-4 months. So in terms of Cricket 22 content, since the Big Bash is gonna be a quick tournament this year, considering that there's gonna be only 40 or so matches this year, and probably there's no bit of content for February. Besides, doing some limited over stuff towards the end of the summer and building up towards the next AFL season 2024, I came up with a great idea, which for a new series, which I won't, as I said, I won't be revealing anything until the official unveiling in the new year. So that is pretty much the end of this video. So like this video, shares to anybody who is an AFL fan or an NRL fan or a cricket fan. Comment down below. Are you excited by this so-called new series that I've just blurred out? Don't be afraid in the comment section below in any of my videos over the next 4 months of guessing what this new series could be. As I said, it's going to be it's going to be equated to this game, but it's not the plan, or it has nothing to do with with any player with a player career. It doesn't have anything to do with that. That's the first thing. It's not equated to that. It's something very different. Very, very different indeed. But yeah. So as I said, comment down below in any videos over the next 3-4 months of. It doesn't matter if it's an AFL video or even a cricket or actual cricket video of what this new series might be. Just any guess. It might be the most outlandish thing you'll ever just imagine. So yeah. And one last thing, somewhere down there, click on the big red button which is labeled subscribe. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later, and wherever you may be, may the sun or the moon shine on you. It sounds like it's going to be a very big spring. As I said, a very big springtime for the channel. In over the course of spring. I don't know what I just said, but I'm just gonna roll with it anyways.